game here. So we're gonna go live in 5, 4, 3. All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation in association with IvDYogiTime.com. Tournament number 28 here. This is the losers semifinals. The winner of this game going on to face our other player in the grand finals for all the money. We're going to see if it's going to be a TVT or a TVZ as these players get to it right here on MLG Daybreak. In the top right-hand corner, beating a Protoss player in the game just before this one. Can he do it again with Zerg? He is the Red Terran Killer.
And his opponent spawning in the bottom left corner, a player who's actually had a little bit of a break, seeing as he won all those games and no one else was caught up to him. We have isurusCham. Cham.
I completely forgot to introduce you. Co-casting with me once again, Brandon Muatoran. I'm sorry about that. You can say any mean things you want about me. I forgive you.
I had to sneeze there, and what I really wanted was for it to line up with you saying, "How are you doing today?" But it didn't work.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad it didn't work.
Just like, phew. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Anyway, we see, 15 hatch here from Cham, so pretty standard.
Okay, no, not necessarily pretty standard. Remember what I just talked about? I went 16 hatch yesterday, I got 3 bunker blocked. But this is MLG Daybreak, so there's a nice supply depot right there. Nothing like that is going to happen. And we'll see when he decides to get his spawning pool down. It looks like it's going to be here on 16 supply. And the SCV in the base already going to be able to spot that. No additional barracks going down, no 2-max pressure for the time being. And Marine production going to be able to start. And we'll see if there's any kind of bunker SCV aggression here.
I thought every Zerg went 15 hatch.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. But not on ladder. Not on ladder, because you might get 3 bunker blocked.
Yeah, you run into people like me who are like, LOL, I can block with 3 pylons. That's hilarious. And then I do it. It's like,
it's so irritating.
So much rage, too.
Dude, there's so much rage. Like, I'm a pretty good person about not raging at my opponent. Like, I never rage at my opponent, but if I'm streaming, I will rage to hell at my viewers and my mods and myself and my keyboard.
That's unfortunate. See, I went and bought a custom keyboard, so I can't rage at it.
Dude, I have a $150 keyboard, and I raged at it too, and broke my spacebar 2 weeks ago. But TT Esports, the nice people over there, did hook me up with a new spacebar, and they even sent me a cleaning kit for my keyboard because they are awesome.
Really? They just gave you a new spacebar?
They just gave me a new spacebar because they're
That's awesome.
Dude, TT Esports, they make fantastic products. Highly recommend their Mecha G Unit keyboard, which is what I do use. In addition to their Concord mousepad, check them out over at ttesports.something. Google is your friend.
And just so you guys know, at TT Esports, sponsor us.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to get sponsored. Cool. We do see a third command center coming down here. So we're going to go to 3 orbital here with Killer. Going to be playing a little bit greedy. Zerg does not have any inclination of this just yet, but as this Overlord moves in from the right side of the main, he might very well be able to spot that command center, and that would be absolutely huge for our Zerg player.
Yeah, that would be pretty big. And he's also building a Roach Horn right now, so that makes me think he was already going to probably do some aggression anyway. So this could be, like, just a hugely easy game for Cham. Luckily for Killer, he's not going, 3 orbital and double eBay before barracks. He's building the 3 barracks right now, so he has a much better chance of holding this off because he's getting production as opposed to upgrades.
Yeah, and the Overlord did not scout the 3 orbital, but as you said, that Roach Horn already coming down, 1 gas already out, and these roaches are actually going to be able to do maybe a little bit of damage, as there are already 6 roaches on the field here, and 1 more joining them for the time being. Speed has not been upgraded at all right now, and with this bunker going down for our Terran player, he might be able to hold it with the 3 racks that he has.
Yeah, he will probably not die right now, but it still could. It depends on repair, how quickly Terran pulls his SCVs over here to repair the bunker, stuff like that. If Killer can scout this, or if he puts down a second bunker like this.
Or if he puts down a second bunker.
Okay, he saw this on the mini-map, that's what it was. So that's obviously really nice to have, and he's still producing those Marines. But this is still going to be tough. He's going to take damage here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take enough damage to warrant the economic damage that Zerg has done to himself, though. He snipes one SCV there, and he's going to force a cancel onto that. But as a Marauder has already joined the fight right here, he's going to walk right by the bunker.
Whoa.
But all the SCVs have already been pulled. They're going to go ahead and buffer some damage here. He hasn't, actually, he has gotten the Marines out already, but the SCVs are taking a lot of damage here as the Roaches have dwindled in number down to 2. They might even be able to snipe a couple more units, but being a little bit mismanaged there, the Roaches are going to fall. And if we take a look at the units lost tab, and if we go to workers killed, he has killed 10 SCVs. But the SCV count actually at 25 to 50 right now.
Yeah.
So that actually might have done a little bit more damage than I anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, Cham sent his units and he didn't build any lings, anything to reinforce, although he might have been able to win if his opponent had been playing greedy enough. He didn't build any other units, he just went pure drones, so it was only the 6 Roaches, so not as big an investment as I thought it might be. So he only got a little bit of damage done, but he didn't really take as much damage to his economy just by going for that.
Yeah, but behind that, he already did go up to 4 gases, double Evo chambers, Baneling Nest, Zergling Speed, Lair, and a 3rd base.
Yeah, and he just built a bunch of links, so he could actually put on some aggression here and might be able to do a little bit of damage again.
Yeah, with those speedlings on the map, he's going to be able to take complete map control, which is what he's looking to do right here. Take both of those Zelnaga towers. He's going to want to be able to check for the 3rd base, which he is going to see floating over there as those Zerglings do come over. But they're actually going to run in and try to get us around on that bunker, but there's simply too many bio units there for the time being. So these Zerglings are going to retreat home for the time being, but I don't believe that he saw the 3rd. No, he did not.
No, he didn't. He didn't go look at it. If he had, he could have got it to lift up, which would be nice. You can't use the energy on it if it's lifted, but that would have been really the only damage done there.
Well, and he can't produce SCVs if it's lifted, which is something that he really needs to do because he's down 41 to 66 in terms of workers.
I didn't think of that. You're right. Yeah, that would have been a big deal, actually.
And we do see Aspired now, about 60% of the way completed, going that Mutiling Bling style right now that's making a little bit of a resurgence in this matchup. Baneling Speed going to be on the way, and there's a couple different ways that you can go about this matchup. You can go very economic minded, and you could use this just as a waypoint to your quest to that late game Broodlord army, or you could go for a relatively early Zergling Baneling max out and try to bust your opponent, which I think might be happening in this game.
Yeah, it definitely could be. We also see, he has gone for a lot of econ already. There's 74 drones on the map, which is quite quick considering, he went for an early aggression, and he's got all these links out.
Yeah, and we actually do see that there is no tech lab on the factory for the time being. There are no siege tanks, and right now there is a ling run by coming over here to the 3rd, forcing a lift on that orbital command, and even going to be able to take out 3 mules that had been landed at that location.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Losing mules is always shitty, but... Oh, wow, these Zerglings run an attack move command, which, this is one of the rare moments where you actually shouldn't have your units A-moved. Because, if something gets in range of that army, which absolutely just crushes those lings, they will try to fight.
Yeah, and Terran moving across the map right now. 1-1 Marines going to be going up against 1-1 Zerglings. Those Mutalisks are going to be very good at dealing with tanks and medevacs, but he needs to buy time for these Banelings to morph right now. If Terran scans up that hill and sees that Banelings are morphing, he might try to press his advantage, but the Banelings have actually going to be completed here in just a moment, and it looks like Terran's actually going to be taking a lot of damage here as the Zerglings do get a nice surround right there. Banelings connect on all of these Marines, and the Mutalisks are going to be able to clean up the medevac, so this is a huge loss for our Terran player.
Yeah, that was a big win for Cham. He already had an economic lead, and now he's got a unit lead as well. He's just ahead in everything, really. It's going to be so hard for Killer to move out. He needs to get some damage done with like a drop or something, or he's just going to be so far behind. Yeah,
the worker lead still in Zerg's favor, 73 to 50. And look at the supply difference as well, a 60 supply differential in favor of our Zerg player, who is continuing to attack behind this. He's making sure that he's getting upgrades on his Mutalisks, and Zerglings, Banelings are going to march into the 3rd over here, where there's only about 25 Marines going to be defending. There are no tanks, and this might spell the end of the game right here.
Yeah, it feels so weird to say, Zerg has a tech advantage when he's on Mutiling Baneling, but there are no siege tanks out here for Killer. He's just decided not to make any, which is good if you have absolutely phenomenal micro. But I mean, he's not Pult, and he's not Marine King, so I don't really know if he can pull that off.
Yeah, and Mutas and Lings and Blings just going to come through, crashing into the Terran base here, getting on top of the production here momentarily. Every single one of the SCVs of the Natural is dead, and GG comes out of Killer. Cham is going on to face Coma in a finals here.
That was an interesting game. I mean, that early Roach aggression didn't do very much damage, but then it wasn't really a lot of resources he put into it, and it did allow him to just build so many drones. So he got ahead in economy pretty early, other than the fact that there was that third orbital out, and it was actually able to land. So, you know, there was, you know, the early aggression getting a little bit ahead in the economy, but then that big attack after, with all those Marines where he just lost them, that was probably where the game ended, really, because you can't be behind in both army and economy.
Yeah. All right, I've been your casting host, Beef. Joining me, Muatorn, a.k.a. Brandon. Brandon, why don't you give a shout-out to IvD Yogi Time right now?
Yeah, man, it's a good site. I have not been a part of it for very long. You should definitely go check it out. We do 3 tournaments a week. They're all casted. Every game is always casted. It always has like a mini admin in with the casters, and they're all cash prizes, too. So if you do want to play, you know, if you win, you do get $5. You can check them out on the streams here, on their website. It's what is it?
IvDYogiTime.com.
IvDYogiTime.com.
There you go.
Check it out there. All the streams are listed there, and there's also links to the YouTube channel and all that. And if you are watching the tournaments, please click and add once per tournament only, just to help us get some money to actually keep having paid tournaments.
All right, very well done. We will join you guys here in the grand finals, where Coma is going to be meeting up with Cham in a ZVT series. Thanks for watching.